It's New Year's Eve, and tonight we will be celebrating the new year with our loved ones, eating delicious food, maybe drinking a little bit too much and watching the ball drop in Times Square, or maybe you re more of a Londoner and you'll be watching the clock at Big Ben. But have you ever stopped to wonder why we celebrate the new year? For example, the custom of kissing at midnight is thought to have originated in the Roman Empire. The tradition of dropping a ball to mark the start of the new year began in 1895. That's why we celebrate New Year's. Do you have any other theories about why we celebrate New Year's? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to stay tuned for more videos like this one. Happy New Year! When the New York Times published an article describing a giant ball that would be dropped from the tower of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel to mark the start of the new year. And while that didn't actually happen until 1907, the idea caught on, and today the New Year's ball is one of the most iconic symbols of New Year's Eve, where people would kiss each other on the mouth as a way of showing affection. And the tradition of making resolutions is thought to have originated in ancient Greece. The Greeks believed that the first person you saw after midnight on New Year's Eve would determine the outcome of your year. So they would stand outside and wait for the first person they saw in the new year to be someone they liked. Hi, I'm here to answer all of your burning questions about the world around you. And this is one of those. Why do we celebrate New Year's? Now, the most widely accepted explanation for why we celebrate New Year's goes back to the ancient Babylonians, who in 2000 BC celebrated the new year with a 12-day festival called Action.to. The festival marked the beginning of the new year and included feasting, parades, and even fireworks. So kind of like now, but with more chariot racing. The last day of the festival was celebrated with the ritual burning of a huge effigy of the old year. And if that sounds familiar, well then you might have a point, because the whole burning the old year thing is also how we celebrate Guy Fawkes Night in England or New Year's Eve in many countries around the world. But while the Babylonians might have been the first to really go all out for the new year, they weren't the first to keep New Year's at all. But many historians believe that the 12-day festival of Christmas had something to do with it. In the Middle Ages, people would often celebrate Christmas by giving gifts and sharing meals with friends and family. And many Christians observed the 12 days of Christmas by having feasts every day from December to January. And while that tradition has fallen out of favor today, the tradition of celebrating the new year with food and drink remains. That honor goes to the ancient Egyptians, who began celebrating the new year sometime between 300 and 400 years ago. The celebration took place annually in the fall, when the Nile River flooded and the fields were prepared for planting the next year's crops. So the ancient Egyptians had good reason to celebrate. They knew that the coming year would be fruitful and prosperous. And they celebrated with a feast and with the hope that the new year would bring them good fortune. Now it's not certain how the celebration of the new year evolved from the ancient Babylonians to us today. In fact, many of our New Year's traditions are rooted in ancient customs from around the world. Of course, we can't talk about New Year's traditions without mentioning the New Year's ball. So there you have it.